Hello, everyone. What's going on? Welcome back to Dead Man D's Kanji Study Sessions. We got 12 new vocabulary words from the Japanese Language Proficiency Test N3 today. We're going to be going over the kanji and the radicals that make up each kanji. If you don't know how to write any specific kanji, head on over to jisho.org. That's JISHO.org. Help yourself to some good old fashioned kanji strokes. The way I'm kind of doing this to memorize a bunch of words all at one time is if I see a kanji I don't know the meaning of, I write it down 12 times, or 10 times, excuse me. And if I see a word with maybe kanji that I do know, maybe that I don't, if I see that kind of combination of kanji that's new, I write down that new word 3 to 5 times, depending on the length of the word, just to get down the new new use of the kanji or vocabulary word itself. Let's go ahead and get started. Our first word for today is Kinsen. Kinsen desu. Kinsen. Kinsen. Kin... Hmm. Kinsen is cash or money. On the left side, we have gold. This one's gold. On the right side, we have a gold halberd. Kunyomi zeni. Onyomi is sen, as used in this vocabulary word here. And this means coin or money. It can also mean a 0.01 yen. 0.01 of a yen. 1/100th of a cent. I kind of equate cents to yen. I think that's a fairly accurate way. I think, what is it, like 0.75 or 0.83 of a dollar? Or of a cent? Something like that. Anyway. So these radicals are a super fancy spear on the right side and money on the left. And together I kind of use it as the weapon of gold, or the use of gold is in coin or sen or zeni. Sen or sen or coin or sen or sen or sen or sen or sen or cash or money. Sen or together with gold on the left side is kinsen or cash or money. Kinsen is cash or money. Kinsen. Number two. Number two is kushami. Kushami is a sneeze. Here's a fun fact more than a definition. If you say kushami twice after someone else sneezes in Japan, it wards off death by sneeze, I guess. Kushami, and then kushami, kushami. It's the same thing as kind of bless you, but in a more kind of fun kid-like way, I think. Kushami. Kushami. Kushami desu. Is a sneeze. Number three. Three is Eg. We have a new kanji on the left made up of the radicals for a thread and an old bird. So the thread of an old bird on the left. And on the right side, we have our kanji for motsu, to hold. And together, this means maintenance. Maintenance. Preservation or improvement. This guy right here, on the thread of an old bird. Of an old bird is onyomi I, is that's only reading for us outside of nanori. Nanori is the reading that you use when it's used in a name. There's usually a lot of those that I'm gonna, get to one day, but not right now. I is a thread of an old bird, which is a fiber, a tie, or a rope. Thread of an old bird's holding. So if you can imagine kind of the project or whatever that you want to maintain as this kind of box dangling over a cliff. And on the other side of it, you're kind of holding it up over the cliff so that it doesn't tumble into disrepair. You're using that with a fiber, tie, or rope, and you're physically holding it. Fiber, tie, or rope. Yes, the thread of an old bird. Fiber, tie, or rope. An old bird, fiber, tie, or rope. I is its pronunciation, as in iji no I. Holding together, holding the thread of something, holding the fastener of something, keeping it maintained, preserving it, or improving it. Thread of an old bird is I. Rope, tie, or a fiber. Iji no I. Iji is maintenance. Number 4. Number 4 is kemui. Kemui desu. Kemui. Kemui means smoky. Like a smoky room or a smoky mirror. Kemui. Radicals in this one are, on the left side, we have fire of the western on that top right corner. Earth. Fire of the western earth is kemui. Kunyomi are kemuru. And also kemuri. Onyomi is N. Onyomi is. And this means smoke itself. Fire of the western earth is kemu, or smoke. Kemui. 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 Kemuri. Smoke. Fire of the western earth. Kemui. Kemui. Kemui desu. Kemui is smoky. Oh, Kemui heya. This smoky room. Kemui. Tsuki wa kino. Kino also means yesterday, but it can also be this definition. Kino. Kino is a function, a facility, faculty, Kino. On the left side we have ki for a mechanism, and on the right side we have no, which is a brand new one for us. No. Kunyomi is yoku. Onyomi is no. And this means an ability, talent, skill, a capacity. So that's the kind of real guts of the word there. But it's the mechanism of that skill that is the kind of word maker. Kino no no. Radicals in this kanji are the mu kana for mu, over a moon or a month. And on the right side we have two hands. Two hands in the mu of a mu. Mu can also mean nothingness. Nothingness of the moon. Out your hand. I think I'm gonna have to call it. This is probably gonna have to be just rote memorization. I can't think of a kind of way to make. I mean, there's something with two hands, but the mu and the moon, I don't know how to make into a skill, talent, or capacity, and I can't think of a mental picture that would bring up this kanji with that. Yoku or no is an ability, a skill, or a talent. Yoku or ability, skill, or talent. Yoku or no is an ability, skill, or talent. Yoku no is an ability, skill, or talent. Ability, skill, or talent. In Kino. Mechanism for an ability. Facility or a.
What is this? A world of nothing? A world with nobody in it? This is the world of perfect freedom. Freedom? Perfect freedom. A world in which you have no restrictions.
Feature, a facility, or a function. Number 6. Tsuki wa joukyo. Joukyo. Joukyo desu. This is a very funny word. It's a very specific word, and it means proceeding to the capital from wherever you are. Proceeding to the capital. Proceeding to the capital. On the left side we have above, or to raise, and on the right side we have the capital itself, or to come up to the capital. Proceeding to the capital, for instance. I think you could probably say this in any country when you're going up to the capital, especially where I'm geographically located. It would be going up to the capital of Washington, D.C. But yeah, very specific word. Jokyo. Going up to the capital. Jokyo. Jokyo. Up to the. Jokyo. So since I know both of these kanji, I'm just writing it down 5 times to kind of give me some sense that the new word actually exists when I try and remember it. Jokyo is proceeding to the capital. Number 7. Number 7 is bookie. Bookie. I know this kanji, or I know this word when I hear it, but I don't know the kanji in it. This is weapons, arms, or ordnance. It can also mean a weapon. It can also mean asset. It's really more like asset. On the left side, we have almost a ceremony. 1 new kanji. On the right side, we have a big kanji for large surrounded by 4 boxes. Or the radical for large surrounded by 4 boxes. So let's see what these are. Our first one is tekashi. Takeshi. 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 And our onyomi for this one are going to be bu, as used here, and mu. Bu or mu. And this is a warrior, the military, chivalry, or arms themselves. Warrior, military, chivalry, bu, mu, or takeshi. Radicals in this one are this one's a halberd, you know, kind of a long, almost a knife on a stick is this kind of top right thing. This radical here is the one for 1, so a single stroke is just 1 halberd stops. This radical down here is the kanji for stop, or to stop. So if you're talking about defense of a country, or, you know, maintaining the peace, Takeshi bu or mu is the single halberd that stops what I'm thinking of as other halberds, or the single guy that stops halberds is a warrior or the military. Takeshi bu or mu. Takeshi bu or mu. Takeshi. Sorry, this is almost halberd. It would need a slash at the bottom in order to really be halberd, but it's close. Takeshi bu or mu. Bu or mu. I keep wanting to draw that slash to the halberd, and it's just not. Takeshi bu or mu. Another way to read this is the radical not for a halberd, but for a ceremony. And then you have the ceremonial 1 that stops, which I guess you could interpret as a guy that stops halberds. I'm going to think of it that way. Single halberd stops a warrior, bu, mu, or takeshi. Our next kanji down here. Oh, here we go. This tells me what the radical is. This is a piling or a chute. I'm still gonna think of it as a halberd. That's okay. Our next kanji means or is read utsuwa. Utsuwa. Excuse me. Onyomi is ki. Buki no ki. This is a utensil, a vessel, a receptacle. Can also be an instrument or an ability. So the ability, or the vessel or utensil, yeah, let's talk about that. The utensil of the warrior are weapons and arms. The utensil of the warrior's utensil. Buki. Buki no ki, or utsuwa. Utsu is to shoot something, so I kind of get a kind of weapon feel from that as well. Utsuwa, or ki. It's 4 boxes, or 4 mouths around large. Buki no ki. Utsu. The vessel or a utensil. Bookie key. Honey utensil. Key. Bookie no key. Utensil. Utensil. Together they make up bookie. Single halberd, the single shoot stops halberds. Warrior for the military. Key. Bookie is a weapon or arms. Ordnance. Number 8. Bookie. Number 8 after bookie is mizuwari. Mizuwari. This is a word for all you drinkers out there. Mizuwari means to cut an alcoholic beverage with water. And that's literally what it means, or to divide it with water. Mizu on the left side is water, and waru or wari is to divide or to separate. So you're cutting it with water is almost a literal translation. Mizuwari. Mizuwari desu. Wari. Wari. Neither of these are new kanji for me, so I'm not going to go over them in further detail. Please be sure to check out gshow.org or look at all my other lessons. I really need to come up with a list of all the kanji I've gone over so you guys can go back and look if you need one. Mizuwari. But, to be honest, I don't see why you would go farther than G-Show for that. Mizuwari is cut an alcoholic beverage. Number 9. Number 9 is atarimae. 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 Atarimae means kind of naturally or that's obvious. Natural, reasonable, or obvious. Can also mean usual or common. Atarimae. On the left side, we have hit, right, appropriate, or himself. I think I'm going to call it appropriate this time. Atarimae. Appropriate before something else. Which makes sense because, if it's common or usual, it's appropriate for that thing to come before whatever's following it. Atarimae is the appropriate before. Atarimae. 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 Number 9. Number 10. Another one here that's new. This is yuderu. Gonna have trouble thinking up a kanji for this, or thinking up a kind of a kanji picture for this one. Yuderu is to boil something in water. Tamago hitotsu yudete yo. Boil 1 egg. Tamago hitotsu yudete yo. Please boil 1 egg in a very colloquial way. Yuderu, to boil something in water. The kanji itself is made up of a few radicals. This is grass or vegetation on top of a woman's mouth. Yuderu. Yuderu, uderu, onyomi are jo or nyo. Kani nyo. No. Jo or nyo, which means boil or seethe. Jo or nyo. Boil something or seethe it. Boil something, not the water. Waku or wakeru is to boil the water. But to boil something in water is yuderu. The grass of a woman's mouth. Grass of a woman. No idea. Gonna have to memorize this one. Yuderu. The grass of a woman's mouth. Yuderu. Grass of a woman. Yuderu. Honey jo onyo. To boil something in water. Yuderu. Jo or. Yuderu. Jo onyo. Jo or. To boil something in water. Or number 11. 11 is man-ichi. Man-ichi is a very colloquial way of saying an emergency or an unlikely event. Can also mean by some chance. Specifically because we're talking about out of 10,000. This is the kanji for 10,000. A single thing. 1 in 10,000 is kind of the way. 10,000 in 1. Or 1 in 10,000 is man-ichi, an emergency or an unlikely event. The event is 1 in a million. Kind of the same way we say 1 in a million. This is man-ichi. Man-ichi. Unlikely event. Or an emergency. Man-ichi desu. Is an emergency or an unlikely. Number 12, and our last one for today, going to be oen. Oen suru. Oen is aid, assistance, help, or reinforcement. We got 2 new kanji here. First one is a dotted cliff over a heart. Second one is going to be the hand next to a claw. To bet or save. This entire radical on the right side here means to lead on to, therefore or then, to lead on to. The hand leading on to something. Onyomi is en, as used in our vocabulary word today, and this is to abet, to help, or to save. Hand leading is en. Hand leading is en. Radicals that make up leading are a animal's claw over to a line and kind of furthermore or again. Tomodachi. I guess it's tomodachi. Claw of an animal, a single friend. That's closer. Okay. So a hand or the claw of one friend. To help, abet, or save. End. Hand of a single homo. Endes is help, abet, or save. Save. Endes. Help. Assist. At this point in our kanji studies, we've learned several words that mean the same concept, which I expect to continue. If you're having trouble because you know too many synonyms, I'm right there with you. Don't think you're alone in that. It's to help, abet, or and law of a single friend. Endes. Our first kanji over here with our heart under a 1 dotted cliff. Kotaeru, going to be our kunyomi. Our onyomi is o. This means to apply, to answer. Yes, okay, apply, or accept. So to accept someone's ask for a betting or helping or saving is on, aid, assistance, help, or reinforcements. Or maybe to accept someone else's help. Aid, assistance, help, or reinforcement. Oen no o. Kotaeru. Oen no o. Oen no o. Oen no o. Help, assistance, plus to accept. Oen. Suru, help, aid. To aid. Self is just aid. And help, aid, or assistance. Let's go back to the top, make sure we've got them all memorized for today before we close out. Our first kanji and radical for today is Kinsen. Kinsen desu. Gold. Weapon of gold is ash or sen. A sneeze is a kushami. Maintenance, preservation, or improvement is iji. Iji desu. Got left side G to hold. On the left side, we have a rope. Thread of an old bird. Iji no I. Fiber or rope or. Tsugi wa kemui, or the fire. Western or kemui is smoky. Function, facility, a faculty, or a feature is a kino. Kino, or a mechanism. Which. Skill. Mugatsu. Kino desu. A function, a facility, a faculty, or a feature. Next is proceeding to the capital or going up to the capital. Jokyo. Jokyo. Weapon, arms, ordnance, or assets are a bookie. Bookie desu. Or the single shoot. Stops other weapons. Bu and ki. Or a utensil or a vessel of them. Spooky. Weapons, arms, ordnance, or assets. To cut an alcoholic beverage with water is mizuwari, or to water to division. Mizuwari. Tsugi wa natural, reasonable, obvious, usual, or common is atari mae. Appropriate, appropriately coming before whatever was atari mae. Arimae. To boil something in water is yuderu. Yuderu, or the grass of a woman's mouth, which I don't understand. De and yuderu. And saigo wa. Alright, not there yet. An emergency or an unlikely event is 1 in a million, or in Japanese's case, 1 in 10,000. Manichi, emergency or an unlikely event. And the last one today was aid, assistance, help, or reinforcement, or oen. Oen, to accept, aid, a single friend's claw or hand. Oen this. Oen. Thanks for watching me today, guys. Hope you have a wonderful evening, and I will see you all tomorrow. Domo arigatou gozaimashita. Sayonara.